learning. We're going to give Mr. Sellers our undivided attention. And how you do that is to answer his questions. Do you hear me? Thank you, sir.
All right, friends. So we're going to do us a mini social studies lesson today. All right. One second while the PowerPoint just loads up. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we can. I can see it.
All right. So we are going to be going into social studies. So these are our standards for the day. But what we're really going to focus on today is this B section where it says explain the necessity of obeying reasonable rules voluntarily, and explain why it is important for citizens in a democratic society to participate in public life. So, you guys know I never start a lesson without a video. So we're gonna go ahead and get it poppin'. Alright.
They're not sharing anymore.
Yeah, I had to switch the screens to the YouTube video. Just give me 1 second. Alright. So let's cancel this. And I'm gonna go back to our PowerPoint. All right. So now that we watched our video, we're going to, I think it's time for us to establish some new classroom rules. You guys think so? Yeah. So I'm going to propose some new rules for our class. So for our first rule, we're going to say there is absolutely no eating or drinking while doing virtual learning.
Yes.
Okay, we got one yes. How many yeses?
Yes, that's a good rule. No. Because there's no also not because I always do virtual class.
Does anybody else think that we shouldn't have this rule? Gabriel votes no.
Most people vote yes. No, we should not have this rule.
Okay.
No. Before people vote no. Yes, we should. No, most people voted yes. No, most people voted no.
Okay, wait. Let's start over. Okay, I'm going to go down the list and I'm just going to ask each person.
You can go down the list
Oh, yeah, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. No. So are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have to be ready, you guys. Have a card.
Yes.
Aiden.
No.
Aiden. Samaria Scott. Viviana Grant.
No.
Thank you. Gabriel.
No.
Annie.
Yes.
Siobhan.
No.
Jaden. Kalani.
Yes. Yes.
Chloe Zayas.
Do you hear?
Yes, Zayas.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Tamaya.
No.
Yusuf.
Yes.
And
You can
John.
get it.
Youngling. Okay, those have given you their answer.
All right, so we have a tie between 5 and 5. So, Miss Lanier, is your vote yes or no?
Oh, this is so hard.
Because, friends, I think Miss Lanier, sometimes she has her coffee inside of her classroom.
Yes, I do.
So, I wonder what she's going to vote for.
But that's not eating, that's drinking.
It's eating or drinking. Ooh.
Oh, you did?
What?
Oh, okay, wow.
So, Miss Lanier, what's your vote?
I think, you know what? There should be no eating or drinking while we're doing virtual learning. Even though I do it, I think we shouldn't. We should pay attention.
Yeah, because that's the rule I'm
All right, so for this one, we have votes for yes, this should be a rule. So, our next rule, you have to log in 4 hours before class starts in order to get marked present for the day. So that means class starts at 8 a.m. So that means we have to log in at 4 a.m. and just wait here until class starts. So,
I'm sorry. No, please mute yourself. I'm coming down the line. Tell me when you're ready for me to start.
I'm ready, Miss Lanier.
Okay. Abu,
No.
Samaria Scott, Miss Grant.
No.
Somebody. Gabriel.
No.
Okay. Javon.
No.
Jaden.
No.
Miss Douglas.
Yes.
Chloe. Chloe Zayas.
No.
Tamaya Leslie.
Yes.
Sierra Sanders. Yusuf.
No. No.
And Yuli. Okay, and someone can't use their computer, and I think it is Samaria Scott, and her reply was. She's talking about something. Hello. Whatever. Okay.
All right. So for this one, we have 7 votes for no and 2 votes for yes. So this one will not be a classroom rule. Our next rule says there is absolutely no sitting during virtual learning. No leaning, no sitting. We have to stand up from 8 o'clock until 2 o'clock.
Okay, so we're going with Abu,
No.
Aiden, Samaria, Viviana,
No.
Gabriel,
Definitely
Annie.
no.
Okay. Let me lose my space. Javon Lane,
No.
Jaden,
No.
Kalani,
No.
Chloe Zayas,
No.
Tamaya Leslie,
No.
Sierra Sanders,
No. No.
Yusuf.
Yes.
No.
Yumily. He's not saying anything. Okay.
So for this one, we got 11 votes for no because you guys want to sit down during class. Wow.
Somebody in the background was saying yes. I don't know who that was.
It was my older brother.
Well, tell him no.
All right, so for our next rule, we are going to say, yeah, I mean, that's exercise. So, for our next rule, it is the students have to pay Mr. Sellers and Miss Lanier $10 in order to ask a question, except for Daviana. These are just the rules. We have to vote on it. We just have to vote on it.
No, that's not fair.
Chloe Zayas. Avatar.
No.
Aiden. Samaria. Viviana.
No, and why does it have my name?
Oh, girl. Gabriel.
Boo. No.
Okay. Javon.
No, it's not fair.
Okay. Jaded.
What is that one?
Jaden, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you understood the question. Melanie.
Definitely no, that is not fair.
Okay. Tamaya Leslie.
Wait, what the question say?
No, we
No.
on baby. Tiara Sanders. Y'all gotta start paying attention. Yusef.
No.
Thank you.
I didn't even say that.
Who said that?
Jaden literally just said that.
Okay, well give me your answer, baby.
I was about to say no, but then he answered.
Okay, thank you.
Mine was
Thank you.
All right, so for this one, we have 6 votes for no and 1 vote for yes. So I guess we can ask questions for free.
7 votes for no.
That is not what you said.
I didn't read the question.
No, that's part of the problem.
Well, see, the thing is,
You know it.
when we vote, even if we want to change up our vote, once we've already voted, we can't exactly take it back.
Yeah.
That's the tricky thing about voting. So, in our last rule, if somebody answers a question wrong, then the whole class has to do 20 jumping jacks.
Right. Ina.
That's that. No.
Okay. Chloe Zayas.
No.
Thank you. Megan hadn't been on screen. Miss Grant.
No. But that's even the
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. Javon Lane.
Yes.
Jaden Tatum.
Yes, I want to exercise.
Lonnie Douglas.
Definitely no.
I thought I asked Chloe Zayas. Chloe Zayas. Chloe.
No.
Okay. Tamaya Leslie.
No.
Tiara Sanders.
Yes. No.
No. Okay. Yusef.
No.
Thank you.
All right, so for this one, we have 7 votes for no and 3 votes for yes. So I guess.
You didn't ask me.
Yes, I did. You didn't come on.
No, I didn't hear you.
Did I call his name? I thought I did.
What's your vote, Abakar?
Yes.
You vote yes? All right. So that makes 7 votes for no and 4 votes for yes. So I guess this one will not be a class rule. So, when we look over and see, wow, I voted for this. Wow, I didn't vote for this. And then you have some people that did not vote at all for certain topics. So, when we have to remember, when we don't vote, that basically means that our voices are not getting heard. Because when we have this, oh, everyone must do 20 jumping jacks, Javon might like it. But just because, let's say, Kalani, she went to Mexico and she was like, I don't feel like voting. But then she came back and all of a sudden, she has to do 20 jumping jacks. She's not going to like that. But, you know, she was supposed to vote. So that's why it's super important to vote to make sure your voice is heard. So, these are our new classroom rules. The only one that passed was there is no eating or drinking while doing virtual learning. So, now, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think that voting is important? And Miss Lanier, could you pick somebody from the chat?
Sure, I sure am.
Raise your hand in the chat.
From the chat?
Oh, well, either pick somebody or either one.
Okay. Yes, Gabriel, what would you like to say?
I would say yes, it's important to vote.
But can you explain and tell us why? Not just a guess, we need to know why.
Because if you don't vote and you don't, your voice won't be heard. And first, when you come back and you don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're doing good. Okay.
Huh?
You're doing good. That's good.
I love that, Gabriel.
Let's go with Javon Lane.
I think yes. Because if we didn't vote, we would not have a president.
Right.
Okay.
And we need 2 more volunteers, Miss Lanier.
Say it one more time.
I said, and can we get 2 more people?
Sure. Yusuf.
Voting is important.
Okay, but tell us why, honey.
Like Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. If voting is not important, then Donald Trump and Joe Biden will fight to be president.
Oh my
instead.
God.
Okay, all right. Avatar, can you give me an answer, Abu?
Yes, voting is important.
That I need more than that, Pumpkin. Tell me why? Why?
It's important because if we don't vote for the president, there'll be no president, and there'll be no one to tell us what to do or make the law. But the government can also make the law too.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, at first, I wasn't agreeing with you because you said there would be no president. That's not true. There will always be a president. But what I did like is that other people will start making the laws. And we don't want that because our voices have to be heard by us voting. Excellent, Avatar.
Great job.
Okay, Mr. Sellers, we'll be moving on from that one and we'll ask more questions in a few minutes, you guys.
Yes, ma'am. So, we are in a democracy, which means, 1, ruled by the people. This means that whatever laws and things that travel and come up with us, we have the right to vote for it, to say, yeah, we want it, or yeah, we don't want it, or no, we do not want it. It's different than having somebody to say, here are all the rules, you need to follow them. It doesn't matter what you say, I'm giving the rules. So, a democracy means that we are able to vote and make our voices heard. It also means that we have to stay informed. It means that whenever there are issues that come up, or new candidates, or new people running for president, mayor, governor, or anything like that, we have to stay informed because we should know what's going on so we can make an informed decision. 3, we have to vote. If we do not vote, then things will get done, and it might be something that we may not like, but we have to make sure our voices are heard. 4, we have to communicate with our government officials. Because we're in a democracy, we usually vote for someone to represent us. And how will that person know what we want or the changes that we want to see or the things that we want different in our lives if we don't communicate with them or let them know? And lastly, we have to stay active in our communities. Our communities are where we live, where we go to school, where we play, where our families are. Our communities are super important because if you do not know what's going on in your community, you don't know what needs to be done or what things are happening, and you have to stay informed so that way you can know basically how to move, how to react, and how to really make sure that your community is the best that it can be. And so we have a little out the door ticket. And so I'm going to call randomly on people. So, Annie, number 1, the United States is a democracy. Is that true or false?
That is
I'm ready.
The United States is a democracy. Is that true or false, Annie?
that's false.
Are you sure?
We talked about a democracy. What is a democracy, Anthony? We just talked about it. Can we go back to your screen, Mr. Sellers?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think something. Yes. Look at this, Annie. We are in a democracy, which means ruled by the people. We have to stay informed. We have to vote. If you're not in a democracy, that means that top people only vote and they tell you what to do. That's not being a democracy. That's not being free.
Right.
Do you understand, Pumpkin? Annie,
Yes.
are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so go back to your question. So, Annie, look at number 1, please.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. The local government focuses on small areas or towns. The local government focuses on small areas or towns. Is that true or false, Kalani? And think about what we saw in our video.
I think it's true.
True. Good job, Kalani. Kiss your brain.
But can I say one thing, you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
There was a one word in there. The local. You mean who's singing? Gabriel Home. Jeez. The local government, okay, focuses on small areas in town. So you have to read. You know what? I'm gonna have to put him on out since he don't know how to stay on mute. All right, moving on. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Guys, make sure, good job, Kalani, on that question. Just make sure you're always reading the question once, twice, 3 times to make sure you're making the right decision. Good job, Kalani. Number 3, who leads the local government? Daviana?
The government?
Who leads the local government?
The mayor.
The mayor. Good job. Because remember, when you think local, think about Hey, what's outside? What's by me? What's around Rockridge, my city?
Stone Mountain, Georgia. Yes.
Right.
Right.
So, now we're going to get to number 4. The state government focuses on laws of the entire state. Is this true or false? Let's go with Tamaya.
Tonight. Just give us an answer, true or false, Pumpkin. You went back on mute. We didn't hear your answer, baby. She came off of mute and she went back on.
Are we on question 4?
Yes, sweetie.
Yes. Tonight, just try.
Is true.
True. Good job, sweetie.
You can tell you didn't know, but I'm glad you gave the right answer. But what do you not understand, Samaya?
What made you pick true? Like, talk to us about it.
Can you say that again?
What made you pick true, or what made you hesitant, or what made you second guess yourself in your answer?
The reason why I thought was true because you have to always respect the laws, and I read it over again and I just went with true.
Okay, because that didn't come up with your answer, but okay, very good. Thank you, baby.
All right, so number 5. Who leads the state government? Is it the mayor, the governor, or the president? Yusuf.
Governor.
I knew it.
I did. Ooh, Yusuf, another question. Do you know who our governor is for Georgia?
Brian Kemp.
Good job, Yusuf.
I actually did not know. I guessed.
That's good.
But you didn't know. I'm shocked.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Number 6. Does voting matter? Abakar.
Yeah.
All right, so your answer's going to be yeah?
So why, Abakar? Tell us why.
Voting matters because if we vote, it's going to be important to it's going to be important to the candidates. It's going to be important to them. If nobody votes, somebody has to somebody part of the government, the branches of the government, somebody of them, they have to pick, who should be president if nobody votes or if it's a tie.
So, what you're saying is if nobody votes, then basically what do you mean by that? Like, if nobody votes, what happens?
You know the branches of the government?
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the branches has to pick who's going to be president if nobody votes or if it's a tie.
Oh, so you're talking about the House of Representatives and the Senate. Because when things are tied... Okay, I remember. Okay, I know what you're talking about. So if nobody votes, then it makes it a lot harder for laws to get passed and for things to get done, right?
Yes.
Okay, good job, Abakar. And our last question. Does voting change what happens to the community and the world around us? Javon.
Yes.
Good job. I want to thank all my friends for working so hard today. And also, I wanted to let you know that our classroom rules are fake. Unless Miss Lanier or Mr. Sales or Miss Dorsey wants to say, hey, we're going to have new classroom rules. This is just our activity for the day, but just make sure we watching Miss Lanier and her coffee, okay?
Yeah.
What?
Y'all,